How much are you earning?
For entire year, 8 digits.
How much are you earning?
For entire year, 8 digits.
Wow.
Tapos cut. Okay. Disclaimer. Yung 8 digits.
Many disclaimers.
The 8 digits is like the total of all like the projects I have for a year. And gross yun. Syempre, you have expenses related to that. Especially in production, malaki. Malaki gastos sa expense. Malaki gastos sa'yo. Malaki sweldo mo eh.
I'm
Diba?
talented.
Marami yung mga producers natin
I'm
and
special.
writers, the videographers of course, diba? So, yeah, I'm blessed enough to
Comfortable.
get good clients because I have great clients right now. So, but 8 digits na yun, nanggaling sa zero yun. Negative pa nga eh. Ako, I started like I came from corporate, diba? So, started doing freelance work on the side. I was reviewing gadgets back in 2009. Review articles about gadgets for 400 pesos per article.
I remember that kasi pag nagkasabay yung gadget na binigay sa'yo, he gives one to me.
Hopefully, sa mga publishers, mas okay na ngayon. Hopefully. 2018, I started writing more for magazines, particularly Esquire. So, hindi ko pwedeng reveal kasi I'm still working for them. So, hindi ko pwedeng i-reveal
Ito na lang yung tanong.
sweldo.
Nag-increase ba yung rate?
No naman. It's not 400 pesos. And then, I started getting into video production, I guess, 2019. I've been working as an executive producer for a long time. Like, I've produced so many documentaries and news items before, pero not by myself. So, may crew ako, may cameraman ako, may editor ako, and all that.
This is for GMA pa.
This is for GMA. Eto, when I started 2019, I was shooting and editing and writing everything. So, this is my first taste of like a
Freelance project.
freelance all-in-one video production person. And I remember that time, I did a couple of free work kasi wala akong portfolio eh. I have nothing to show for.
It's called spec work.
Spec work.
Yeah.
I remember I did this for a friend, and syempre, tulungan lang. Parang, tulungan mo naman kami, wala kaming budget for video. Sige, ako naman, sige, gagawin ko yan, gamitin yung portfolio tapos refer mo ako sa iba. Diba? And then, slowly, very, very slowly, I started getting paid event video coverage for like 5,000 pesos. I remember that time.
So lahat to, ikaw.
5,000, 5,000 hindi to like para mag-shoot lang to do everything.
Shoot,
edit, publish,
gas mo
thumbnail,
papunta.
gas pop, lahat. Kasama talaga lahat. But
Client reveal.
shout out to them, but they gave me a start kasi I wouldn't give that project to me. Kasi although I've been in the video production industry for a long time, I have nothing to show for.
Yeah.
Diba? I have no portfolio, wala akong malaking projects pa but by that time. So I know I can do the work, but who will believe that? Diba? So I had to grind my way slowly. Medyo napabilis lang yung siguro yung sa akin kasi I was already familiar with the production process. It's just a matter of me getting the technical skill required. The biggest project I had that time, I think, was like 15,000, I remember. Doing everything still, Lahat pa rin. Wala akong assistant. Wala, lahat. So, I had to learn how to light, how to learn how to do the camera work.
May equipment mo doon.
I rented kasi I didn't have one.
So kasama pa yun sa binayad.
Kasama pa yun. Imagine, I rented my camera, may tripod naman ako noon na mumurahin. Tapos, I rented the light dahil wala man akong ilaw, wala akong pambili ng ilaw. So, it enabled me to learn every single aspect of it. Nung natutunan ko na, and I felt confident and felt competent from like the first year na puro 5,000, 7, 10, 15, ganyan. The next year, lakasan na ng loob to, okay, 25, 30, 50. Diba? I got my first 100K project on my second year. This was with the full team na. So before we get to the next one, ikaw muna. How did you start and how much did you earn initially?
Initially I tried every type of freelance. Not every, but a lot of types of freelancing. So before I would do it in packages. I don't like charging per hour. Kasi they're different, diba? You can go to websites like Fiverr, Freelancer.
Yeah. I've tried that too.
Yeah. So I made an account before on Fiverr. I remember that pandemic. If you've ever been on freelancing websites like that, you would see that there's so many people offering the same job.
Tapos sobrang baba.
So cheap. Hala, it's so cheap. It's like
Shout out Indians. Not to be racist, but kayo yung pinamababa usually.
so cheap. Like, kung pwedeng $1 per video edit or per like, it's not even a social media post. It's like a social media content calendar for a month for $1. So I thought, like, how am I supposed to get a client if I'm gonna charge higher than them? So I started with that, $5. I would do packages like, okay, 3 times a week post, like for a month. Kasi ang hirap nga eh. So you'd post on Fiverr, I'm not gonna get any client. If you don't have clients pa, you don't have reviews.
Yes,
right?
wala rating.
You don't, walang
good
rating, wala kang review. So your job listing is gonna rank much, much lower than the ones na may reviews na, as with any site. So what I did, since I came, if you've watched the previous episodes, I came from the Etsy community. So I was in these Facebook groups ng mga Etsy sellers. So I told them, I have this gig on Fiverr. Can anybody buy? I'll do the service, but I will refund you on PayPal. And then what happened was, majority of the ones that got the promo never asked for the refund. Because I have to ask for their PayPal so I can refund them. So they would tell me, it's just $5, right? It's just $5. They would say, no, it's okay. Keep it for free. So I got feedback on my Fiverr. And I think after the first month, I got my first client on Fiverr for freelance. Yeah, for $5. So that was back in pandemic. I did Pinterest management also. I remember I priced it at 10,000. What I did was a package actually. So
10,000 pesos.
10,000 pesos was a month of Pinterest management. I provided everything. So Pinterest posts, I provided the graphics, copy. Syempre, market ko ng maganda. Like, okay, included dyan SEO.
So basically, trial and error ka lang sa package.
Yeah. And that's the one that I sent to like hundreds, cold emails, hundreds of Pinterest proposals. Tapos ang gagawin ko dun sa proposal, I would just change the images. Depende dun sa clients na tina-target ko. I think I got at least 5 to 6 clients from Pinterest. So there were months na I was earning maybe 20K at least.
Just from
Pinterest.
Which you spend how many hours per day on? 2 hours?
2 to 3?
Yeah.
2 to 3. So, done. Pinterest. And then I found video editing 2021, 2022. I started, that's when people were starting to post more on TikTok. So I started learning video editing more. And my first client was also from Fiverr.
Okay.
For video editing. And I think it was $5 then. That's how I built my spec work. So yun, I got some clients there, but I also would pitch cold emails again. Cold emails to YouTubers, TikTokers, anybody I could find.
So by this time, nasa magkano range? How much roughly per month?
2021 per month, I was roughly earning mga anywhere between 30 to 50K per month yon. I would always go per month. I don't like working on an hourly basis. Kasi ang goal ko is like, maging retainer siya. At least minimum for 3 months. When I submit proposals for Pinterest, the minimum is usually 3 months. For TikTok, ganun din. Minimum 3 months. Para in my head, I'm like, just a little bit of stability. For at least 3 months, I can pay my bills. I can pay my bills, right?
So how did you progress from like the 5 digits to the 6 digits?
One of my previous clients from Fiverr, she has a clothing company for kids, actually for babies.
In the US?
In the US, yeah. I did basically Canva posts for her. That was my gig. She contacted me months after I did that project for her, and she asked me, can I be her social media manager? And I was like, okay, what do you need? So basically, she just needs someone to repost photos that are tagged, photos of their company that tinag sila ng mga clients nila and she needs someone to respond to DMs on
Comments,
Instagram.
ganyan.
And it's just one platform, Instagram. I'm like, great, I can do that. And then I asked her, so like, do you have a budget? Do you have a budget or should I give you a quote? And she said, can you do it for $500? I thought she was gonna pay me $500 per month. So that's a good project. It's just, it doesn't even require a lot of work. And then she said $500 weekly. And I lost my That's how I got my first 6 digits. And that was from a project that I did not even think na would turn into that.
Yeah, usually kasi like, parang ako kasi philosophy ko when it comes to earning and clients, parang, kumbaga you aim for like the jackpots. Like, pero hindi naman pwede lahat jackpot eh. So, 1 or 2 is good enough. Out of 10, it's good enough. So, how do you get that? Paano ba nag-exist yung ganun? Kasi that's actually how also me jumping from like the 6 digits to 7, nagmo-move yung goalpost eh. So you get a 100K project, that's the baseline. That becomes the base. For example, if you're used to getting 20, 30,000, makakuha ka ng 40, 50, it's within the range. Right? But once you get to 100,
the range changes completely.
Oo, like, okay, at least 80 man lang. Right? Kasi you finally experience na, okay, there are clients that actually value your work at this.
And it's possible. Actually, has more to do with changing my entire mindset about it.
Yes.
I think that one client, although that might be an outlier, that might be like, she might be crazy. I've never had a client like that pay me that much
for so little
work. Yeah, she's even the one telling me na, it's okay if I don't do too much. I don't have to research.
That's from your perspective that it's easy. It becomes easy because you're proficient at it. Okay, when I got that 100K project, yung susunod nun is around that range na. It's between 80 to 120, 80 to 150. And then suddenly I get this project. It was a rush project. Sabi nila, sorry sir yan, medyo maliit lang yung budget for this. So in my head, I was thinking, kasi sinabi niya na agad na maliit, 400 siguro. 400, 500. It came out to almost 900, the value of the project. So syempre patay mali siya alang, di ba? Kung hindi ka na surprise. Di ba? Kasi I had this expectation eh. Up to that point, it became my biggest project. As you said, yung mindset of, okay, I can charge this much pala because some clients actually value the work that I do this much. And until you go there, experience that, we have the tendency to stick ka lang dito kasi ito yung nakasanayan mo eh.
Like if you think na, you can only charge 10,000 per month for a retainer, then you're probably just gonna keep looking for clients that will pay you 10,000 for a retainer.
And then mahihiya ka na parang, can I charge more for the same stuff? You're gonna think na, hindi, ito lang binabayad sa akin ito eh. Hindi pwede dito.
It's just one thing I learned is we actually don't know as freelancers what the part of our work our client values more.
Yes.
Most of us guess that it's the technical skills. I was thinking about this. Why would she pay me this much for this little work? And then I realized, maybe she values the fact that I was already familiar with her because I worked with her before. She doesn't have to pick and choose another person or interview na naman another person for a different project. Or maybe she values the fact that I was an Etsy seller before. She values that I was also a small shop owner. Maybe she can relate to that. That's why she chose me. So we don't actually know which part of us, our work, our personality even, diba? How we talk to them, how they feel, our vibe, that the clients value. So it could be most of the time it's a combination of all of those.
I agree wholeheartedly because that's how I got, from the 6 digits to the 7 digits.
Vibe.
It's vibe. No, but it's not gonna be like I'm self-aware enough to know that there are lots of like better directors, technical. There are lots of better DOPs than me. There are lots of better directors than me. Creative ideas, mas maraming mas okay. But the combination of skills that I have, the social skills, the marketing know-how that I have, because I've done marketing consultancy, all those things results in a package that is quite unique. I can speak the language of companies because I handled my own.
Yeah,
Diba?
because you also had corporate experience.
I had corporate
Yeah.
experience. I work for the family company. I may not be the best technically, but I don't think, they can find a lot of like creatives who have that skill. So I was able to market it that way. So I can charge more. And the ease of work. Like for example, usually the kind of work we do for corporate usually requires an agency. Kailangan dumadaan sa agency and the agency magbabato sa mga production people. O, ito gawin nyo. We can do that on our own. Sometimes it's less costly for them or sometimes mas madali lang yung ways of working. Mas wala, direkta ka na eh, di ba? Wala nang balik-balik and all that stuff. So, in terms of earning capacity for creatives and freelancers, parang it appears to me that it can be limitless. You can charge a lot more than you probably have been charging. You find the right clients,
You know how to market yourself.
and you know how to market yourself, and you have gained a unique combination of skills that you can package into a service na unique.
Ako, I think it's really the combination that elevates your earning capacity.
Yeah, totoo,
I say.
totoo.
Like, if I say I'm just a social media manager, great. There's like 1 million of us that can do social media. And it's so easy to learn. And I mean, not easy, but it's accessible. Information is already accessible. But let's say a social media manager that has a background in business, who has a background in entrepreneurship, because I had my own business,
And online selling.
several businesses, marketing background, sales background, na social media manager. So actually, the combination of that is what makes me unique as a social media manager, or what makes me unique as a video editor. Let's say, right now, I'm a content producer for TikToks for different brands. And I'm not the best creatively. I'm also not the best at video editing because I also do video editing. But all the backgrounds that I have and that I use to elevate my work, that's unique to me. And that's something that some companies are looking for and are willing to pay you high.
You're offering something. Sometimes it's not even new. It's like repackaging a service or repackaging it, or just approaching it differently. Like for example, if when I do corporate projects now, ang dami namang gumagawa ng corporate projects. Ang dami namang gumagawa ng corporate videos. Ang daming magaling. Ang daming maganda. But usually, what I market myself as is as a storyteller. Kasi journalist ako eh. So I have a different perspective on how a story goes. So it's not reinventing the wheel. I mean, a lot of can do at the shoot. But the way I would tell a story is different. So I focus my pitches on that. Hindi dun sa special effects, hindi dun sa types of shots or whatever. It's with the story. I try to find the clients na yun yung binavalue.
That's true.
Like, so that's my strength. Hanap ako ng more likely, I'm not sure, but more likely ito, I pitch to them, then I charge what I can charge.
I have a story naman na I got a local client kasi I joined this bazaar. Ito sa doggy bazaar. So all the shops there, pet-related items yung binibenta. So the shop na katabi ko, they were selling dog pet products, ganyan. So nagkatuan na kami and I told her, I'm a freelance video editor. I told her na I had dogs. I had 4 dogs. So, she has a shop. And she's looking for a video editor. Right? And what we had in common was like, the shop was for pets. I'm a video editor with pets. She wasn't necessarily looking for at the time, but when she heard, it clicked in her brain na, oh my God, she's perfect for the job. But if I were to pitch to new clients, I would find clients where I have common things with. Kumbaga, parang in a relationship. You're building a relationship. It's with people. You're working with people. And some projects, it's not just like one-off. You work for them for months, for years.
Yeah, speaking of working for years, that's another way to earn more, a lot more, by doing retainers. Parang yung pag-offer mo ng something unique sa services mo, you try to find what they value and what is needed by their company or their venture. Tapos, you think of a way that you could provide that on a regular basis. Basically. So, when it comes to retainers, usually, syempre mas mababa yan kaysa dun sa one-off.
Yeah.
Right? Like, for example, if you're gonna produce social media videos for a company for 6 months, yung isang social media video mo, natural, mas mababa yun kaysa dun sa kukunin ka lang.
Basically,
wholesale, retail, basically.
Retail, yeah.
But how much can you earn from that? Could range for like a few thousand pesos. Can go to 6 digits, can go to 7 digits. It can go to 8 digits. There's no specific formula that you can follow naman to go from like 0 to 5, 6, 7 digits, 8 digits.
I think it's more, this episode is more to show na
It's possible.
it is possible.
Yeah.
And it's also a certain mindset. Like what's possible for you right now will depend on what kind of mindset you have then approaching freelancing.
If you think na what you do is only this.
Yeah.
If you think that what you do is
Hanggang
dito lang yung pwede kong i-charge dito, then that's what you get.
Yeah, actually.
That's what you'll get. Pwedeng okay dito yung pagiging delulo pa minsan. Kasi
We're definitely on that side.
you can only know if you try. Like if you try 7 digits, for example, for the first time, it's scary. But what do you have to lose?
It takes a certain amount of self-awareness din di ba? Na you can deliver on
What you're saying.
and yun nga, it comes from trial and error then, like finding the right clients to pitch to. Because if you can already tell na, okay, this client probably doesn't have that budget,
Yun pa.
you won't even try.
Yeah, budget
Yun yung
pa.
attempt, diba? Kasi sila yung magbabayad So if you can already tell, okay, medyo wala tong, or you don't think na possible sa ganitong type ng client, then you look for clients that you think have the potential to be able to afford that kind of project.
And
diba?
don't go from 0 to 1 million. Kasi definitely you don't have the skills yet.
Portfolio pa din.
And also
Confidence mo din.
Yeah. Once you start, let's say progressing from a certain range, it means nasanay ka na rin namang ma-reject. Supposed to be. Kasi hindi ka naman naabot dun sa point na you're even thinking of charging 7, 8 digits if you haven't been rejected before.
If you haven't failed enough. Knowing everything na experience mo na and all your learnings, if you're gonna redo it from 0 to 6 digits, how would you do it?
I won't. And then,
Period. Episode over.
Wala masyadong maging difference naman from how I did it before. It's gonna be more intentional lang, so it's gonna take less time, I guess. Acquire all the skills necessary first. Practice by yourself. Like, pwede ka naman gumaling ng paggawa ng mga video within your home, diba? And then once you reach a certain level na you feel you're ready to take on projects, and walang magsasabi sa'yo nun, ikaw lang. Then I would start with yung most accessible. Start with my circle. Depends on what type of video you want to produce. So for example, ang gusto mo talaga sports documentary, you do something
similar
na magagamit mo later on to get the big projects. So if you're after sports, shoot an athlete. If you're after like music, shoot a musician. Kunwari, let's say, ang gusto mo maging corporate filmmaker. I would start with like 3 to 4 na small businesses na accessible for me. It can be kakilala ng barkada ko or may-ari yung barkada ko or let's say may favorite ang resto, kilala ako doon. Do their videos for free. And from there, you can actually even monetize it. Umpisa pa lang Like, you can offer, gawan ko kayo ng free video. Part of the video you can use for free for Reels, for example, for short form. And if you like the long form or the actual video itself, you can buy it. Name your price. Diba? Wala pa akong portfolio, pero kayo magpresyo. It can be like that initially, and then syempre do a good job. You prepare, so may calling card ka, may social media pages ka, may website, na simple lang, di naman mahal ngayon ang mag-website, so that they can contact you after. And make sure to refer. Kung maganda yung trabaho mo.
So a lot of free work in the beginning.
I wouldn't say a lot, but definitely meron.
Yeah, controversial yan eh, di ba?
Hindi ko alam kung bakit madaming like nagsasabi sa online na don't do free work o dapat may bayad lahat ganyan. Hindi lang naman kasi monetary ang benefits ng spec work or free work, diba?
Yeah, I think a lot of people place so much value on the monetary return, which is, of course, everybody
Kailangan natin
everybody
ng
wants to
bills.
earn money.
Kailangan natin ng pambayad ng bills.
I gotta pay my bills too. But then, ang dami kasi ibang balik ng project that cannot be measured by just kung ano ibabayad sa'yo eh. You can grow your skills, grow your network, gain insight dun sa industry, right?
Yeah.
Like valuable insight.
You can even determine kung yun talaga yung gusto mong gawin.
Yeah, actually, more than, like potentially earning more or getting bigger clients, pwedeng yung free work mo or the work that you do repeatedly would actually reveal to you na hindi mo pala gusto yung ginagawa mo.
Exactly. Pwedeng kunwari, gusto mo sports kasi sikat si Carlos Yulo ngayon.
Yun pala.
Yung pala, napapagod ka agad after 5 minutes mag-shoot, diba? Something like that.
Or like
So,
you wanna get into, let's say, social media management. And then you find out na, stressful pala or you
toxic pala to. Going from 0 to 100K, let's say, involves a lot of the hard grind initially. As going back to sa kanina, diba, you get 3 to 4 spec projects, and then from there, hopefully one of those, baka may pagawa sila rin, or may ma-refer sila sa'yo, and then you do the same. Diba? Of course, kunwari, may paid work ka na, you can still do spec projects on the side. Of course, I wouldn't neglect yung connecting and building networks, advertising myself online. I would like market myself more, announce to the world na
you do.
I'm doing this. That I didn't do initially before.
Yeah, this podcast is part of that.
Yeah, this
actually.
is.
In freelancing world, you gotta remember that you are the product.
Yeah,
So
that's how you earn.
Yeah, badly put, you're selling yourself, your services, and yourself as the package because you're the one providing the service. Just like in a business, diba? You can't sell anything if nobody knows what you're selling.
Yeah.
Diba?
To answer the question of the podcast, like, how much can you earn from freelancing? A lot. You can earn a lot. But it takes a lot also to go from 0 to 6 to 7 to 8 or whatever number you want. But it's possible. It's possible.
And
Wala siyang limit.
it has a lot to do with your mindset and how you see yourself, where you want to go, what you want to achieve.
And how much you value yourself and the services or products that you offer. So, yeah, stay tuned and thanks for listening.